All right, meantime, we are following breaking news downtown this morning. Police investigating after shots were fired at the U.S. Consulate on University Avenue.
Yeah, CB24's Courtney Hills has been there very shortly after this happened a couple of hours ago, and she's live now with the latest from the scene in the light of day. Courtney, much more obvious what's happened there this morning.
It is, and now that it's lighter, guys, we get a better sense of what this scene looks like. Forensics is now walking just outside of the U.S. Consulate. They have their flashlights on the ground. I've noticed quite a few evidence markers on the road. This is University Avenue, of course, right next to the U.S. Consulate, so quite a few evidence markers there. And we know that this all happened at about 5:30 this morning. That's when Toronto police were called to the U.S. Consulate over reports that someone shot at the building. We heard from investigators. They found evidence of gunfire. They shut the road down. They've been looking into what happened here ever since. I want to bring in CTV's public safety analyst, Chris Lewis, to talk more about this. Good morning, Chris. Maybe you could start by giving us a sense of the security. How protected is the U.S. Consulate here in downtown Toronto?
Hi, Courtney. Good morning. It's certainly a protected building, but not highly. You don't see armed people standing outside. That would have reinforced glass and a whole pile of security mechanisms, many cameras, I'm sure, looking out. There'd be some level of security inside monitoring those cameras 24/7. It's not like the embassy in Ottawa, which really has Mounties positioned outside it all the time. You don't see that at the consulate. And particularly when it's closed for business. So during the day, when people actually can come and go, there'd be a higher level of security, but not at 5:30 in the morning.
Mm-hmm. And of course, we know it's upsetting whenever there's a shooting anywhere in Toronto, but how concerning would it be for these investigators to hear of a shooting toward the U.S. Consulate, especially given what we're seeing in the world right now with the conflict in the Middle East?
Yeah, I mean, for the investigators, it's just another day. They're going to go through what they go through in terms of forensics. Any people that are in the streets and may have seen or heard anything, cameras in the area, lots of cameras, I'm sure, given the proximity to hospitals and all the businesses around that area. So they have a lot to sort out there in terms of, was there a car, was there more than one person, and on and on, and looking for bullet casings and fragments of bullets that they can potentially match. All of that is standard fare, whether this investigation involved the consulate or not. It certainly raises international attention, undoubtedly related to what's going on in the Middle East right now, and there's some anti-U.S. sentiments of some sort. But when they did it at 5:30 in the morning, they knew they weren't going to jeopardize lives. But they're making an obvious statement here, and the investigators will be trying to find out who was it that made that statement through evidence and sources that they might have. Hello?
Our signal there, Chris. Appreciate that. That is CTV's public safety analyst, Chris Lewis, joining us live with the latest response and sort of analysis here on what's happened along University Avenue at the U.S. Consulate this morning. You can see a heavy police presence there after shots were fired at that building at around 5:30 this morning. Unfortunately, we've lost our connection to Courtney. Chris, always appreciate your analysis. We'll continue to follow this story and, again, wait for an update from police on potentially what has happened here.